Lights, camera, action here at AC Jordan Arena here in Bowie, Maryland for night 2 of the 9450 League, featuring the Capital Seahawks here in DC and the New York Phoenix coming all the way from the big city. It's a professional basketball league, is the 9450 League, with 8 teams designed to help players get to the next level and continue living out their dream of playing at the highest level. The league's name actually comes from the dimensions of a professional basketball court, 94 feet long and 50 feet wide. And this is the stage where every play unfolds and every opportunity begins. I spoke with GM of the Capital Seahawks earlier today, Mike Burrows, and he told me that this is actually the first time a professional league has allowed the fans to have a fan vote on the name of a league. And they got entries for weeks on end until they ended up at 9450, really encompassing the true nature of the game. But most importantly, back to the game tonight. 2 teams that have had their eyes on each other last season finally get their chance. It's the New York Phoenix GM, Rebecca Clifford, and Capital Seahawks GM, Mike Burrows, both said these teams were itching for this matchup a year ago, and the wait is over. It is showtime now, and we are getting things going now. Just for some context, the Capital Seahawks, one of the stronger East Coast teams coming out of last season, reached the league championship last year before falling in the final series. That was in the TBL, and so eventually decided to exit that league and help start the future of professional basketball in a different league, and the future of former athletes in the NBA and those that played in the Big Three and continue to play in the Big Three, hosted by Ice Cube and some of those other national owners, as well as talent for the G League too. There are players that both play in the G League or here as well and share their talents. But let's start with some of the starting lineups for both squads. The New York Phoenix coming out. Looks like they're going to have Devon Andrews coming out, a 6'6" guard, as well as A.J. Mosby, number 2, starting, a 6'3" guard for this squad. We're going to have Quadir Welton at the forward position, as well as Jaquay James going to be running the point for things, and the big man down low for them, none other than number 5, Josh Williams. And how about for the Capital Seahawks? Let's see what their lineup looks like so far. The Seahawks going to have number 1. Looks like Andre Fox in there. First tip, a little bit of confusion for both squads. Capital Seahawks, the rest of their lineup. Going to have number 8, Asir Kaur, called by Nas, went explosive last night, over 30 points in that one. Joined at the hip by Marcus Kennedy down low. Also going to have Dwayne Jackson in there. And finally, to complete the lineup, we will have number 3, Draco Palmer. That first inbound, a little bit whack, but now we have some bully ball down low. That's going to be the first bucket there. This one for the New York Phoenix. Going to be number 7, Quadir Welton, getting things scoring for us. How about for the Seahawks now, coming down the court, Nas Kaur. This time gets it off to Fox. Back to Kaur, gonna pull up from the wing. That one off the left iron. Now the rebound here. Rebound and transition goes to Jaquay James. That's kicked out in the corner. The shot there from Andrews, not gonna go. Nas Kaur moving up the floor quickly. Kicks it to the corner now. 2 dribble, pull up baseline. The first bucket for the Capital Seahawks gonna go. This one to Fox. Wayne Jackson saying all day, Fox, get to work. And now the ball outside, this time gonna be for number 2. A.J. Mosby kicks it down to the block to Welton. Tries a hook, that one a little long, nothing but air. Nas Kaur trying another 3. This one Nas, 30 last night. 0 tonight so far for him on his first 2 attempts from outside. I'm bringing down the court. Maybe. It's A.J. Mosby. Now gives it off. This one's Welton. Driving inside is Andrews. Gets the little shoulder bump and gets the bucket off the glass. There's Andrews starting strong for this squad. Andrews guarding. Andre Fox goes baseline, inside hand. Gets it off the glass. We're tied at 4. Now coming up the court this time, it's Mosby. Mosby dishes it off now. Gets it off to Jacquay James, who's fouled, off ball. This one's going to go against number 5, Marcus Kennedy. Now inbounded is Mosby. Now Josh Williams. Taking it up there is Andrews. That one not going to go. Another finish here from Welton. Good work from Welton early on. Here's a strong drive inside. That one was from Fox, but he's fouled as he goes up. Looks like this one is going against number 7 on the New York Phoenix. That's Quadir Welton, who's been going to work early on in this one. Let's see, it's going to be our first free throw attempt of the night. Phoenix an early 6-4 lead. About 3 minutes into this one. First one from Fox is good. Fox is one of the leading scorers last year in the TBL, 6'4" guard. Basically playing near his backyard in Greenbelt, Maryland. He's made the all-star team for this squad. And cha-ching there. Both of them go for Fox. I'll bring it up the court now. This is Jacquay James, 5'7" guard. May be small, but he's got the quickness. And working down low. This one, Jacquay James outside. He calls Josh Williams off. Williams goes to the block, and Jacquay splashes from range. And now looking to match that last 3. This one from number 3, Draco Palmer, not going to go. Rebounded quickly. Moving in transition is James. Now the pass down low, broken up now. Looks like Kennedy and the Seahawks in transition. Kennedy fouled left and right. Fouled at about the 3-point line in transition, so it's going to be a take foul, and now this one's going to go for side out. This one, a deep shot from outside. One's from Dwayne Jackson. But Jackson gets it back inside, gets the layup. That one should roll. Doesn't look like any tip happened. Looked like that was from Jackson there. Good bucket for Jackson to start off. Now working is James outside. Kennedy on him. Splashes. That's back-to-back threes for Jacquay James. Working inside is the Seahawks. Patrick Kennedy down low. Blocked there. Great work so far for Phoenix interior. Here's a wide open look from outside. Split cat. Got it. Phoenix saying take the ball back after that 3. Devon Andrews. 3 straight threes for Phoenix as they get off to an early 15-8 lead in this first quarter. Here's the Capital Seahawks kicking it out there. That's Nas kicking it back out to Patrick Kennedy. Excuse me, Marcus Kennedy, that is. Good bucket from Kennedy. Bully ball down low. Here's Mosby. Mosby looks for Williams. Williams a little turnaround on the baseline. Not going to go. Rebounded. Marcus Kennedy. Now moving in transition is Jackson. Dwayne Jackson feeds inside. This time to Fox. And a good response there from Andre Fox. Strong on the block. Nas. Or looks like he gets the foul there. He's visibly upset at that one. Thought that was a little soft take there. But the lead comes back to 3, which was once 15-7 this early in the game. But a quick response back from the Capital Seahawks says, no, we're not letting you off this easy, New York. So we're going to come back in just a moment after this quick timeout and a little foul review. We'll see what we come back with here on YouTube. Here for more action here at AC Jordan Arena. That is in Bowie, Maryland, at Bowie State University. Let's see now. Early lead for Phoenix, but not too much. Great defense there from Kennedy inside. Head coach of the Phoenix not happy about that one. Moving swiftly in transition is Jackson. Not going to get it. And now Devon Andrews moves, tries to get some work off the glass there. As he goes to the ground, he gets that one to go. 5-point lead for Phoenix. And now Nas Kaur moving in transition, gets fouled there. Nas Kaur out of Tampa, Florida. One of the more accomplished players on both these squads for that matter. Nas is what the Hoopers know him as. Arguably best number one player, 1v1 player in the country, I should say. Is his claim as Kennedy drives in low and looks like he's going to get fouled going to the racks. He should be going to the free throw line. And so Kennedy and Kaur talking to the referee on the block with Williams of the Phoenix present. Kennedy gets that first one to go.
Substitution for Phoenix, number 15, Arsenio Arrington, and number 4, Elijah Ford.
So that second free throw not going to go for the Seahawks. So the funny thing about this league actually came together in about 2 months. The goal was building something stable where the players are paid on time and competing in quality venues like this one here at Bowie State University. Great defense stand up from the Seahawks. A transition for Nas Core. Swings through the lane, dumps it off to Draco Palmer. Back out, Core, corner. Core goes to the ground, kicks it out. It's like we're going to get a timeout from the Seahawks, it appears here now. As Nas Core goes to the ground, has the ball, so they will come back out with possession, but need to get something going offensively and get a set rolling. But we'll see if they can do that with the time they have on the clock. That's 13 seconds. 4-point lead for Phoenix, just about midway through this first quarter of action. Back here in a minute. Welcome back here. Great start for both these squads in this new pro league, the 94-50. 94 feet long is the NBA court, 50 feet wide, and that's the rules they play too. Is this pro league. Nas Core outside, gonna drive inside. Core finishes strong with the lefty lay off the glass. Smooth as he skips through the lane is Core. Now moving in transition now. This one, it's gonna be James. Kicks it off to Andrews, now on the low block working. His first minutes here. That's Arsenio Arrington. Not a great shot there, that one missed the rim. Now the Seahawks have it in transition. It's Draco Palmer. Sloppy plays there from the Seahawks. Jackson gonna try a deep three. Not gonna go, a rebound there from Fox. Jackson again. And that's gonna be a blocking foul inside. Looks like now we'll have Jackson going to the line. When I caught up, earlier today with GM of this new squad, this New York Phoenix squad in the league. That was Rebecca Clifford. She told me that the Phoenix squad just gelled well in practice this week. Looking for the win, of course, but first and foremost, the chemistry for this Phoenix squad is what's most important as they now get the ball back on offense after those free throws there. James working inside. Almost a beautiful take there off the glass. Nas drives inside, a kick out. That's going to be a charge this time around. Nas Core not happy about that call. He drove inside, and looks like James that drew the foul there. Great work so far. Seems pretty even so far. 5 fouls for the Phoenix, 3 for the Seahawks. as James going to try another three. His first miss from outside, that is. Nas has it in the corner. Tough drive inside. Kick out here. Palmer. He's got a take there. Now, coast to coast this time. Hepburn there. Kennedy has it. Nas Core now baseline. Another charge. Back to back for Nas Core. Nas Core frustrated there. That's a back-to-back foul for him as he's going, but more importantly, looks like an injury on the floor. This one's Dwayne Jackson, the 6'8 forward for the Seahawks out of Morgan State University, a local guy, went to Bowie High School as well. Had an extensive overseas career. He also played in the Big Three in 2024. Not looking good for Jackson, has not been able to move from underneath the hoop. Now he's getting a boost from his squad. That's Fox and Patterson helping him out. It's a good sign to see him back on his feet, but an unfortunate reality for the Capital Seahawks at the moment. And how about this game so far? This matchup is what fans have been wanting and expecting, and it's exactly what they're getting. The picture is painted here. 17-16 lead for the New York Phoenix, but so far, let's see who's leading in the stat categories. It's like for Phoenix, it'll be New York Phoenix, it'll be Devon Andrews with 7 points. He's 50% from three on 2 attempts. Jaquay James, 2 for 3 from outside. His 2 3-pointers are his only points, 6 points there. Andre Fox for the Capital Seahawks with 8 points. He's perfect from the field, and Marcus Kennedy with 5 points. One of those from the free throw line, the other 2 working the block. And here's a shot outside. First 3 there, attempt from Hepburn. Not going to go. Rebounded now and in transition. This is Draco Palmer. Palmer just trying to get the handle back, just lost it. Palmer gets the screen from Kennedy. He's doubled from outside now. Finds the hands of Kennedy. Now Fox goes baseline. Hepburn playing tight D. Fox says, in your lip. Bow, bow. Gives him the blicky there as he hits that one straight in the jaw of Hepburn. A good hit there for Fox. Now Andre Fox with 11 points. A drive inside there from the New York Phoenix. This one was for number 12. That is Hepburn again. He'll go to the line now, Hepburn. So far, 4 scores for the Capital Seahawks and 3 for the New York Phoenix. Hepburn's first free throw is good. That'll now 4 even scores for both squads across the board. And Hepburn just got his first point. Now his second point. Perfect from the free throw line so far tonight is Hepburn. Now moving in transition. That's Fox with Kennedy. Kennedy looking for a little ISO ball. Kicks it out. Here's Fox on the wing. Strikes again. This one bounces off the front rim and then off the backboard. Rebounded now. This is number 13, Devin Brooks. 6'3" guard. And he moves smooth to the rim as he gets that jelly off the glass. A good roll there for Brooks. Now working in transition. This one's Ray. Chris Ray dumps it off to Fox. Fox has it again. Working a little screen and roll action with Kennedy. Low. Chris Ray kicks it out. This one, Draco Palmer. Draco defeated by the rim there. Rebounded from Williams. And now it's Brooks with it. Brooks going downhill on Kennedy. Gets bodied off the block. Goes back at him. Good defense from Kennedy on the hands there of Brooks. It's going to stay with the New York Phoenix. Just about a little over a minute and 3/4 left in this first quarter of action. They play NBA rules, so it's 4 12-minute quarters here at Bowie State University. Little fadeaway off the elbow there as Josh Williams. Show me some swagger. Andre Fox has it now for the Capital Seahawks. Fox leads this team in scoring tonight with 11. Nasir Corbin pretty quiet so far, but looking for him to pick it up. Here's Marcus Kennedy working on the block. Marcus Kennedy goes to the racks. And looks like Josh Williams pulled the chair out on Kennedy, but the referee saw a little bit more. We'll see what we have. Regardless, Kennedy is headed back to the free throw line. This is his second trip of the night, second on this team in scoring tonight. Kennedy gets the first free throw. He's got 6 points now. And now, Seahawks bringing the lead in a little bit closer. Moving in transition now. Here's Patterson. Gonna try and skip through the lane. Blocked there by Hepburn. He went up top. That's Arrington with the swat. That one's gonna go baseline, and now still 20 seconds left in this shot clock, but a little under a minute left in the first quarter. Here's Andre Fox, leads this squad in scoring tonight. Fox drives in, skips through the lane. Not enough on that floater. Stolen here. This one's by Draco Palmer. He's going to try the three. Still hasn't gotten his bucket yet. Good bucket there. That one for Wally Hepburn of the New York Phoenix. This lead for the Phoenix back up to 4. Just 10 seconds left to work with. Let's see what Andre Fox does with it. Doesn't lose the possession there. It was close. Tries a floater. Not going to go. Marcus Kennedy, 3 seconds left. Pump fake to a dunk. Marcus Kennedy with a jam to end off the first quarter of action here at AC Jordan Arena at Bowie State University. This one is a thriller so far. Looks like it's going to be a 4-point lead. 2-point lead to end things off in the first quarter after that last bucket. And so now we'll come back with some second quarter action and see how things play out here on YouTube. Welcome back to AC Jordan Arena. Capital Seahawks, New York Phoenix. First quarter starting off pretty strong for both squads as Nas Core pulls up baseline fade there. How about that for Core's second bucket of the night? Now working this time. This is Brooks with the ball for the New York Phoenix. Cross-court pass. That one's Hepburn. Not going to hit there. Nas Core now in transition. One of the best 1v1 players in the country. Nas gets the screen from Marcus Kennedy. Nas goes downhill, kicks out, Draco, corner three, got it! Draco defeats the net this time. As that gets Draco Palmer's first bucket of the night. And this ball drives out of bounds now, so Seahawks will have it. Back on. Seahawks taking the lead for the first time in this one. As now Phoenix looking to rebuttal on the back half. We'll see if they can do that coming out of this timeout early in the second quarter. Welcome back to the 94-50 League, newly formed league this year. Last night was the first game. That was between the Capital Seahawks and the Baltimore Rhythm. And so far, how about that first outing for the Capital Seahawks? They won that one by double digits, but it was close up until the third quarter. And 4 players came away scoring double figures. Nasir Core, number 8 with the ball now. Almost had a triple-double, 30-point triple-double, 33 points, 17 rebounds, 8 assists for him. As Marcus Kennedy, who was in double-double territory last night, goes back to rocking the baby on the block. Now for Kennedy now. Just made it into double figures on that bucket. Rebounded Draco Palmer. Draco moving in transition. Here's Nas Core. Goes up, kicks it out. This one for Whitfield, not going to go. Now Whitfield working in the open court, guarding James. A drive inside. This one for the Phoenix by Welton. Gonna go. Welton's got 6 off that bucket. Phoenix had the lead up until just last couple of minutes. As Marcus Kennedy goes back to chirping the bench and getting buckets at his own will. Energy is alive here at AC Jordan. And these two teams don't like each other. That's fine. That makes for good basketball. Here's a kick out. Andrews, 3 on the wing, short. Rebounded. Nas Core working in the open floor. Skips through. Core gets fouled there. Looks like the foul's going to go against Welton. That's number 7. Going to see some subs coming in now. Arrington going to the bench for Phoenix. As well as number 7, Welton. In comes 33, Nix. A big man on the block. And number 0, that's Cummings, Kevin Cummings. Marcus Kennedy looks like he was fouled on the floor against 33, who just subbed in. That's Nix. Nix got some height on him, that's for sure, standing at what looks to be a mere 7 feet tall. Played at the University of Pittsburgh. 20 games as a freshman he appeared in the ACC. That one goes off his arm, so still going to remain the Seahawks ball. Looking to get the inbound quick. Core drives in, almost a putback there. That one would have been Core. Still end up getting the bucket though. That'll be Chris Ray. Now Chris Ray on the scoring sheet for the first time tonight. He adds to the Seahawks now. Ton of different scores for this squad. Cummings gets his first shot attempt. That one, a brick off the back iron. Rebounded here from Ray. Now it's Core in the open floor. Here's Nas, little wing pull-up. Not gonna go. A little sloppy in the backcourt there. Stolen away, a slam from Whitfield. This one off front rim. He couldn't get enough bounce on that one. Off the front rim in the open floor. Nas Core telling him it's all right. A little bit too much energy for the young fella. He brought the energy, that's for sure. Whitfield trying to jump out the gym. Miles Whitfield from Prince George's Community College. He's a high flyer, is what GM Mike Burrows told me. He flew a little too high there, didn't look at the rim as much as his dunk. Smooth crossover there. That one from Mosby, who gets it back. Now kicks off Cummings. Wing 3, an air ball from Cummings. Back-to-back missed attempts from Cummings. So far, has not been able to get some sweet chin music from outside. Here's Nas Core. Marcus Kennedy kicks it out. Draco Palmer, strong rebound from Ford, who's now going to bring it up the court. Here's Ford, dumps it off to Jaquay James. Stolen away from Marcus Kennedy inside. Nas Core. Core going to take this one coast to coast, a shoulder bump against Brooks. Bullied on the block and gets the bucket as the Seahawks extend their lead now. Core with 6 points now, 2 assists. Now a little floater inside from Mosby baseline, not gonna go. Rebounded from Marcus Kennedy. Nas Core in the open floor. Pull up, elbow jumper, not gonna go. Tipped in from Draco Palmer. The Seahawks are moving on all fronts right now. The first double-digit lead for them for the night. And now, short-handed, sure, that's fine. They're missing some players tonight. They said that's no problem. No Christian Lyons tonight, no problem. They're missing other players. No Bo Creek tonight, no problem. No Bino Smith tonight, no problem, as the Seahawks are rolling. Just about 7 minutes left in this second quarter. We'll be back with some more action from AC Jordan Arena in a moment. here in the second quarter of action. Started 15-8 with a Phoenix lead. 7 points since then. 30-12 run for the Seahawks. And they've been hitting on all fronts as they continue. Swatted away there in the open floor is Ray with Nas Core. Kicked out. Andre Fox, wing three. Bang, bang. It's a 3-point barrage for the Seahawks. In this second quarter, they just seemed to swing the rock on all fronts. This is a three way off the mark from Brooks. Now Marcus Kennedy moving up the floor. Kennedy tips that one off. Now James and Mosby working together. Mosby kicks it off. This one's Brooks on the wing. Brooks so far. Stepped out of bounds there. James on the baseline. Can't get it now. And so the Seahawks looking to extend their lead. A 14-point lead for them. Phoenix, obviously this is their first game of the season. Last night the Seahawks had their first game against Baltimore Rhythm, playing back-to-back nights. Doesn't look like the Seahawks are pretty banged up from that at all. Driving downhill, this one is Whitfield, the younger guards on this team. Whitfield, also a local guy, most of them are. Extremely hard, great attitude, plays extremely hard, great attitude, natural leader. And GM is hoping that Whitfield will be a fan favorite. Early on, he's still developing his shell here for the Seahawks. Oscourt guarding outside. This one against Arrington now. Arrington gets it off to James. James throws it off the leg of Marcus Kennedy. Going to stay baseline now with 6 seconds left on the shot clock for New York. Mosby inbounds it here quickly to Williams. Mosby, baseline jumper, can't get it to go. Rebounding there, Arrington fighting on the block. Looks like it's going to stay. With that last foul coming off of number 12, Chris Ray. So far, Seahawks shooting 43% from the field at Phoenix's 34. Shooting worse from three than New York, as that checks out there. A three from A.J. Mosby. Now Mosby for him. He adds himself to the scoring sheet now. It's like a personal foul there on offense against Whitfield. He'll now go to the bench. Not the strongest start for Whitfield he would have hoped for. And now James, a little less than 5 minutes left in this second quarter. Driving inside is Mosby again. Dumps it off to Arrington, who's fouled as he goes up. Arrington, one of the more athletic players on this New York squad. Has the build that makes you think he can jump out the gym. We'll see if we get a little bit of takeoff tonight. Now his first free throw of the night. He adds to that there. Adds to the scoring sheet now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different scorers for almost a crazy, insane putback there off that free throw. Now Andre Fox tries to chase his own rebound off the three. Mosby moves in transition. James in the corner. Pump fake. Back to him. James drives inside. Little runner. He's got it. Jaquay James now will lead this team in scoring now with 8. It's a balanced scoring approach for Phoenix, but it's still not enough. Capital Seahawks, 2 guys in double figures, 14 and 13. Here's one of them with the three from outside. Nazcour gets the rebound for Marcus Kennedy. Nas finds Draco Palmer down low, who's going to try and bully, but he gets the push off. Jaquay James down low. And the first technical of the night is going to be awarded, not as a prize, but as a gift to number 3, Draco Palmer, talking with the ref after that last offensive foul. Ref's not going to be dealing with that tonight. But see, that's the swing that you don't want to give up before the first half is over. You have the 8-point lead. Sure, you give up an offensive foul there. You can say it may not have been an offensive foul. The ref called it that it was. He misses the free throw. He says ball don't lie now, is Draco Palmer. But altogether, now they're still going to have the ball. So I guess the free throw kind of offsets things because he missed it, but still, regardless, you don't want that offensive, that tech, because you get another one, it's not looking good for you. Get 2 of those and you can say goodbye. Jaquay James outside now. Calling for the ball is Mosby. Cross-court pass. This one wide open Ford. Corner, wing 3, and he's got it there. Cuts the lead to 5 for the Seahawks with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Now working. Nazcour outside 3, wing 3, off the front rim. That one looked short from the release. Draco Palmer up top. Palmer can't get it. Rebound from Jaquay James, who's in the open floor. Dumps it off to Mosby, who gives it off to Ford. Ford fouled as he goes up. Seahawks down low is Andre Fox trying to plead his case that he went just straight up, but both of them leaning into the body of Ford as he goes up. So a 5-point lead for the Seahawks, which was once an 11-point lead, now cut down. And Ford gets that first one to go home. 4-point lead for the Seahawks. 3 minutes left. 94-50 league, professional basketball league, based with 8 different teams in this league. Across the board, it's going to be exciting basketball, to say the least. But now, just a 3-point lead. They had a double-digit lead just a couple minutes ago. Gave it up. Nazcour working. Core, pump fake 3. Core drives inside with some strength. Doesn't get the foul as the nudge goes. Here's Williams in transition with James in the corner. He can't miss. Another corner 3 for Jaquay James. That'll be his third 3 of the game. And so now things are notched at 41 apiece. How about Jaquay James helping them get back in this one? He's now got double figures. The first of New York Phoenix to have that metric. We'll be back in a moment here for some more action here at AC Jordan Arena. Welcome back to this new league, the 94-50, here on YouTube. And let's talk about some of the teams that are in this league. It was in the TBL league that was last year, and both these squads were in the Eastern Conference side, 2 of the more competitive squads. Capital Seahawks actually ended up going to the finals of that league and didn't take home the win. But now here, Capital Seahawks, New York Phoenix, obviously those two teams, the Reading Rebels, the Frederick Flying Cows, Virginia Valley Vipers, and San Diego Sharks, all teams before, but the newly inducted and created team that had its first game ever last night was the Baltimore Rhythm. And the Seahawks did defeat the Rhythm, but it was a 2-point lead for the Seahawks at halftime. So if that just gives you any idea of the competitive matchups we're seeing so far in this league, we're only getting started. This league was formed in about 2 months, and it's just comprised of some of the best players from the area, professional league players, guys that I just heard earlier today. One of them got signed to the G League to play at a tryout. And so just gives you a sign that a lot of these guys, some of their careers are only getting started. And it's not a league where players come to die. It's where they actually come to be born and reincarnated. And we will see if that's the case. But for now, 41's 2 minutes and 32 seconds till halftime, till you don't have to hear my voice for another 12 minutes. But let's break down some of the scores. 2 people in double figures. Now a double-double for Marcus Kennedy of the Seahawks. And Nas Kaur looking to get in double figures too. 6 points, 3 assists for Nas. He had 33 last night versus the Baltimore Rhythm. Now driving inside, Draco Palmer, the finger roll. High arching. He's going to get it and give his Seahawks the lead back with a chance to steal more points at the free throw line. Here's Draco Palmer. Let's see what Palmer can do. And he gets it to go. Now with 8 points for Palmer. 5 rebounds to add on to that. He's 1 for 6 from outside. Hasn't had the best outing, but one of the guys in double figures last night. Working around the block is the New York Phoenix, who eventually get it to Mosby for a corner three. Not going to go. Arrington goes back up after getting his own rebound. Blocked there, and now Draco Palmer into front court. Nas drives in, but kicks it back out to Kennedy. So, a little kickball violation there against the defense. Nas Kaur has it. In the MJ, the sparkling dancer shoes. Let's see if he can take this one forward on a dance. He can, but can't get the bucket to go. Looking for the rebound and put back was Chris Ray. Couldn't get it. Now Jaquay James in the open floor. Guarded by Nasir Kaur. Kicks it back out to Kennedy, who gets it over to Ford. Foul on the floor. This one against Draco Palmer. He's not excited about that one. Just came off the technical, though, so he's going to have to be smart here. So now a 3-point lead for the Seahawks. 1 minute and some change headed into the second half. But first, Arrington free throws. Those are his only points of the night so far. A lot of shared scoring for the Phoenix squad. Nine different scorers for the New York Phoenix. As this one's tipped away, 6 different scorers for the Capital Seahawks. As moving in the open floor now. Kicks it off, Andre Fox. Good transition work. It's Draco to Fox, and they're moving swiftly. Swiper, no swiping. Fox steals it away there. No problem. 3-point lead for the Seahawks now. Just over half a minute left in this one. Arrington going to try a jumper. That one can't find the net. Nasir Kaur moving now, and a charge taken from Ford. It's Elijah Ford. Forward for this team. Good draw there. So now this game has turned into some fouls calling back and forth. The referee is injecting opinions into the flow of the game, but it's part of the game. Number 11, Patterson, now in for the Seahawks. Short-staffed are the Seahawks tonight. Nasir Kaur goes to the bench. Unhappy about that call. He's got 4 fouls, Nasir Kaur does. He's going to have to be careful. Now moving in transition, Chris Ray. Ray finds Draco Palmer, corner 3, whoosh! What a way for Palmer and the Seahawks to end the first half, giving them back the 6-point lead. They had a double-digit lead at one point, nearly lost it to a Phoenix run. But the Seahawks flying higher than the Phoenix right now with the lead at AC Jordan Arena. We'll be back for some more second half action here at the 9450 League, the newly inducted professional league with 8 teams across the East Coast. We'll come back in about 10 minutes or so. We'll see you then. Welcome back to AC Jordan Arena. Listening to Booed Up by LMA here. And these guys up by 6 are the Seahawks over the New York Phoenix. And so far, let's just give you a little recap of what the first half looked like. Seahawks lead 6, of course, but that's despite shooting worse from three-point range and exactly even from free throws. They both have 9 attempts and 7 makes, so can't say the free throw line decided it, and the whistles have been pretty similar on both ends. That said, points in the paint, 28-14, absolutely double the Seahawks have inside the paint than the New York Phoenix, and 7-1 in terms of steals. So the defensive end and transition has worked better for the Capital Seahawks, the local products here at AC Jordan Arena. And that is all despite the New York Phoenix leading by the end of the first quarter. Scored 25 points to the Seahawks 23, and then the Seahawks went on a run and scored 26 in that second quarter to the Phoenix's 18. That is where we get our totals from, our 49-43. Let's talk about who some of these scorers are before this second half whistle goes off. For the Seahawks, 3 players in double figures, one of those with a double-double, but 16 points. Andre Fox leads the way, shooting 50% from 3 and 60% from the field. Marcus Kennedy, the one I spoke about, with a double-double, 13 points. He's 5 of 7 from the field and 75% from the line on 4 attempts. Rodriguez Palmer, also known as Draco Palmer, 11 points on 40% shooting from the field. And for the New York Phoenix, only 1 player in double figures. He's got 11 is Jaquay James, and he's 50% from three-point range on 6 attempts. And the crazy part about the Phoenix is they have a whole array of scorers going off tonight. 9 different scorers for the New York Phoenix tonight. And bench points, they absolutely dominate the Capital Seahawks, who are short-staffed tonight, missing 3 of their best players. That's 14 bench points, 2-2 in favor of the New York Phoenix, who are traveling for this game tonight. It is their season opener against the Capital Seahawks, and the Capital Seahawks played last night versus the Baltimore Rhythm in this newly introduced league, the 94-50. So before we get to third quarter action, just talk about a little bit about the introduction of this league and sort of what it all is about. The coolest thing. And when I spoke with the general manager, Mike Burrows, of this Capital Seahawks squad, said it was allowed to travel in that last league that they were in, and their goal is creating a league, where they can play in quality venues and know that their work will be paid off and allow them to play at the highest level. They left the TBL and got together with some West Coast teams to form a 15-team league called the USBL. Eventually, the East Coast teams decided they were only going to play each other. So they decided, why not do our own thing? And the TBL. And the good thing is they have some of the better teams from that TBL, especially on the East Coast, including both these squads who are just about to get set for third quarter action. And this one's going to be starting with the hands of the New York Phoenix. They pulled this league together in about 2 months. It's a professional league that gets players from the G League, former NBA talent, former European and overseas talent, as well as through the Big Three, too, as we are getting now set for the third quarter. Now, Marcus Kennedy has the ball for the Seahawks. Working with Andre Fox, screen and roll off the wing. Now kicks it to Draco. Palmer, now Nas outside, tries the first 3 to open things up in the second half. Jaquay James gets inside. Gets it off to Welton there, and he's able to finish off the glass. A good start for Phoenix coming out into this second half. Now Marcus Kennedy, top of the key for the Seahawks. Little pin down screen there from Nas. Now gets the ball. Looked like it hit off the foot of one of the Phoenix players, so we're going to go side out here. Draco Palmer. Palmer so far tonight. Strong start for him. 11 points. Now Nas looking to pick back up where he left off from last night. Gets it off to Marcus Kennedy, who shoots a three. Can't get anything going. Andre Fox battling in for that rebound. Gets fouled. This ball will stay in the Capital Seahawks front court. Inbound for Chris Ray. Now to Marcus Kennedy. Kennedy gets it off to Draco Palmer, who's going to go right at Jaquay James. Little elbow jumper off the bank from Palmer. Now playing defense on James. Getting inside. This time is Andrews, dumps it off to Arrington, but a basket interference there is going to allow Phoenix to get within two of this one again. I think it's going to be a close half this whole time unless the Seahawks can either start shooting better from three or take better shots. Here's Draco Palmer, gets the screen from Marcus Kennedy. Brushes off it, and one for Nas Kaur. A power move to the baseline, gets the bump, uses the body, and finds the bucket. He's going to go and try and earn one more at the line. Check out this extra look at Nas Kaur. Go baseline that time against Andrews. And he converts the free throw at the line. Here's Arrington for Phoenix, and now he dumps it off Mosby, who we saw a good bit in the first half. 3 points for Mosby on 1-3. He's driving inside. Throws the alley-oop. That's swatted away there. Good look for Chris Ray. Great defense for Ray. Another basket interference for Marcus Kennedy. As that's Welton just working the block. Great work for Welton. And now, Nas Kaur. 1 point away from joining the double-digit club with his guys. Gets the screen from Kennedy. They're going to say Kennedy's screen was leaning into the body of Andrews. He's going to have disagreements to ask about, saying he didn't push there. So as Kennedy tries to plead his case to the referee, the inbound for the New York Phoenix, for them, they have the opportunity to tie things up here early in the third. Here's Mosby. Now James. Calling for Mosby to come across the key. Now James on the wing. Kicks out. Corner. Andrews. Back inside. You see the runner there. That one from Arrington. Nas Kaur. Here's the screen up top. Looking for baseline is Chris Ray, who looks for Kennedy. Turns it over there. Now Mosby moving in transition. James. Wing three. They wish he could miss. Jaquay James jumps into that three. That's his fourth of the night. Here's Marcus Kennedy using the body down low against Welton. Corner three swing. This one, Draco Palmer weaves inside. Palmer can't get the floater to go. Stolen away, Chris Ray. And fouled on the floor there. Looks like that one's going to be against Arrington there, against the New York Phoenix. So Marcus Kennedy at the attempted rebound. He's going to go back to the line. Here's Kennedy at the line. Gets that first one. Now Kennedy, 14 points on the night, 12 rebounds. He's 4 of 5 from the line. Kennedy, as he released it, knew he missed that one. Kennedy playing full court defense. Not smart there from Marcus Kennedy. Just unnecessary full court pickup there against Andrews. And the foul now for Marcus Kennedy. That will be his 4th foul of the night. Seems to be unnecessary for Marcus Kennedy as they just skip through the lane. Kennedy gets the rebound. Moving in transition, Nazcore. A little swim move from Nazcore. Steps through the lane. Lays it off the glass. He joins double-digit territory with 3 of his guys. Now Chris Ray, strong rebound. Nas has it off that missed 3. That one from Jaquay James. See if we have more Nas bully ball. Beautiful find there from Nas, as that one's off the hands of Marcus Kennedy. Now Andrews has it on the wing, looking to bully Draco Palmer. He gets the bump and the bucket against Palmer and babies him on the block. Good work for Andrews. So now he has the chance to join double-digit territory. 2 of his teammates. One more time at this bucket from Devon Andrews. Gets the bump against Draco Palmer. Bodies him there. And now the opportunity to get 10 points on the night. Double-digit territory for 3 of the New York Phoenix. And now another technical foul. Looks like it has been issued against Draco Palmer. That will be the rest of his night if that's the case. 2 technical fouls awarded. So Draco Palmer's night has ended in the 3rd quarter, and that is a big loss for the Seahawks, who are already short-staffed. They're missing Mo Creek tonight and Bino Smith, 2 of their best players already, and now Draco Palmer from another technical foul. Coach of the Seahawks trying to plead his case, but a little too late for them. Unfortunate for them. That's head coach Jasper Williams. Here's Chris Ray trying to drive baseline, turned away. In transition now. Again, this bucket was Andrews. He misses it. Mosby gets the rebound off the glass. He'll lay it in. The Phoenix have the lead once more in this one, and they have a 5-point lead as the Capital Seahawks, one of their leading scorers tonight, just got ejected. So now things have taken a whole different turn of events here at AC Jordan Arena. 5-point lead for New York over the Capital Seahawks in the Phoenix's season opener. We'll be back with more action for this second half contest in a minute. Welcome back. Second half action here in Bowie, Maryland. Bowie State University, home of the Bulldogs, but they are not participating tonight. This time it's the New York Phoenix and the Capital Seahawks in the 94-50 Professional Basketball League, inducted last night. Inbound here, Nas Core, one of the best 1v1 YouTube players in the country. Driving in is Andre Fox. He'll get the foul, but no bucket there, and now he's headed to the line. That's exactly what the Seahawks need to do to approach this game better. Now, if you missed the last couple of moments, Draco Palmer just injured in that last play. Not injured, just ejected in that last play. Sorry to give you a concern. He's not playing for the remainder of the game, but it's not because of an injury. It's because of the second technical foul he was issued just moments ago. As Andre Fox gets that first free throw, and Fox, the leading scorer tonight so far. He's 17 points, 4 rebounds for him, shooting 60% from the field. And now he'll take 18 points, the team lead, and the court high for the time being. Here's Jaquay James, who gets the screen from Welton. Kicks it out, this time Andrews. Now Mosby. Mosby working with Welton up top. But that one's just going to hit off back iron. A strong rebound there from Marcus Kennedy, who fights for the rebound. Kennedy has just as many rebounds as he does points. That's 14. Nas drives inside, dumps it off to Kennedy, and he's going to add to that total. 16 and 14 for the big man on the block. Mosby moves swiftly in transition, a little smooth jelly off the glass, but he can't get it. Falls awkwardly, so now it's 5-on-4 in transition. It's Whitfield. Now Fox, the leading scorer, goes reverse lay. Chris Ray. Not going to count, it looks like. An offensive foul, maybe. Now here is some new subs. Going to the bench is number 1, Devon Andrews. And Arrington. Coming in the contest is Ford, number 4 for this squad. And Hepburn, number 12. Another 3 for Jaquay James. Knocks him dead with that one. 5 threes. The little man, the 5-7er. Let's see if he can end up with 7 of those tonight. Here's a pull-up across the lane. That one, Whitfield can't get it to go. Now in transition. This time it's Hepburn, just subbed in. See what his first minutes look like. Now Welton, working on the block against Marcus Kennedy. He's been smooth all night with that. Good no-touch there from Welton. And so the ball will stay with the New York Phoenix with 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock. A 4-point lead for them. That was not the case coming into the second half. Another 3 for Jaquay James. This one off the mark. His first miss in some time. Here's Andre Fox. Fox to Marcus Kennedy through the lane. Nobody's stopping that. Strong rebound from Whitfield. Chris Ray, a body bump inside, swatted off the glass, a blocking foul. That will stay in the Seahawks front court as they will still be on offense. Looks like now it will be Chris Ray going to the line. Just a little tidbit about Chris Ray out of Shelby, North Carolina to Mount St. Mary's University. He's played professionally in Finland and across Europe, and recently committed to the Red Rose Thunder for TBT competition, bringing length to the floor and obviously toughness to the paint. Can't get that first free throw to go. See if he gets the second. Chris Ray makes that second free throw. Now he's got 3 points on the night, 7 rebounds most notably. Now moving in transition for the Phoenix. Here's Brooks. Now dumps it off to Hepburn. Now James. A smooth pass through the lane, interrupted from Welton. Here's a slam up top. It's Andre Fox, the leading scorer, getting it done on all levels there. going up top for the flush. Jaquay James lets it fly again. This guy woke up from the three-point line. James responds any time that it appears. Here's the Seahawks working in the front court. The first three, this time for Whitfield. Whitfield finds the net. That's the first time tonight on his fourth attempt. Second three-point attempt of the night. Good start for the young guy. Welton kicks it out. This time Hepburn off the front rim. Rebounded Ray. Has Nas in the front court looking to bring the ball into the front court. Nas ahead. Marcus Kennedy up top. Andre Fox. Little sidestep three-pointer. Swishes it home. Fox has got 23. And AC Jordan Arena is erupting for the time being as the Seahawks steal the lead back from the Phoenix. Driving through the lane. This time a tough bucket from Brooks there. That was Devin Brooks, that is. Marcus Kennedy has it at the top of the key. Sets a little screen to work off of. Jaquay James gets it in the front court. Now this time it's Brooks. Now Melton. The blocking foul. That time against Andre Fox. They're going to see if the bucket's going to count. And the basket will count. This time for Welton. Goes downhill. Takes it against Fox. Take another look at this. Bodies Welton. They say he doesn't have his feet set in time. And so now Welton goes to the line for more. He is second in points for the Phoenix tonight with 12 of those. He misses the free throw there. Welton almost a near double-double, 12 points, 9 rebounds. Here's Nas Core. Andre Fox goes downhill. Shows Welton what he can do. This runner off the glass, not going to go. But good recoup there from Nas Core. Gets it to Chris Ray in the front court. Chris Ray has space. Here's Marcus Kennedy. Looking for a pass this time. Shows off his range from the wing. Little step back for Kennedy, killing him from the wing with 16 now. Jumps up to 18 points, 15 rebounds. Jaquay James. Couple seconds left on the shot clock. James can't get it there. Battling on both ends. This one is going to remain the New York Phoenix's ball. And the Capital Seahawks player is not happy with that last call. Jaquay James from the New York Phoenix will go to the bench. Now in comes Mosby, who cuts immediately to the lane. Had a wide open layup. I don't think he noticed. Now kicks it out to Hepburn, who gets it to Brooks. Corner three, not going to go. Strong rebound inside from Welton. He's cooking. 14 points, 10 rebounds for Quadir Welton. The Phoenix steal the lead back in this one. Here's Whitfield. Whitfield working the screen for Marcus Kennedy. Nas Core. A step back three, sidestep. Can't get it to go. Strong rebound from Andre Fox. Fox has got 6 of those tonight. Fox is going to go to work now. This time against Ford. Stolen away there. Here's Mosby working in the front court. And the lay off the glass. This time it goes for Hepburn. As Phoenix extends the lead to 4. This time it will be Coach Williams of the Seahawks calling the timeout with less than a minute remaining in the third quarter. He couldn't wait to tell his team what they needed to hear. Let's see back in a moment if they can respond to this run from the Phoenix. Back here for some more action. And Andre Fox wastes no time coming out of that timeout and responding to a 31-21 run for the Phoenix since coming out into the second half. Now swinging the ball now, it's Mosby on the wing. Finds inside, a good look to Brooks. Back out, Mosby, wing three. This one, front rim, rebounded Marcus Kennedy. Kennedy, a strong rebound there. Good work for him. He's been great all game for this squad. Bringing it into the front court now. Looks like this foul may go against number 13. This will be Brooks right here. Devin Brooks, that is. Now Nas Kaur will be shooting two at the line. The ability to tie this one up. Kaur gets the first one to go. Nas Kaur now with 12 points, the third leading scorer on tonight's lineup. 13 for Nasir Kaur. Perfect from the charity stripe tonight. Here's Mosby moving into the front court. This time able to dump it off. A beautiful drive in there from Devin Brooks. As the clock expires, he gives the New York Phoenix the lead back, headed into the fourth quarter and our final quarter of action here at AC Jordan Arena. A beautiful run there for the New York Phoenix to not collapse in the third, but only to capture the lead from the Seahawks, and we'll be back here with just some more action. Don't go anywhere, live on YouTube. Entering into the fourth quarter of action now. This time, Phoenix has the lead. Excuse me, that's the New York Phoenix over the Capital Seahawks, home of DC. But most importantly, here in Bowie, at the Bowie State University, home of the Bulldogs. Tonight, Capital Seahawks looking to go back-to-back and win their first two games of the season. One last night versus the Baltimore Rhythm here at this stadium. And the New York Phoenix, it's their first game of the season, so they're looking to pick up where they left off last year. Both these two teams were two of the more competitive teams in the Eastern Conference in the TBL, which they ended up leaving, and now entering in. As the big man drives in, that's 33 for them, that's Nix. Couldn't finish it down low, but was able to get inside the paint, no problem. Here's Andre Fox, the team leading 25. That's a court high, too. Oscore, back to Fox. This one front rim. Oscore has Chris Ray, who skips through the lane, finds Andre Fox, the lay off the glass. Can't get it to go. Now in transition is Mosby. Finds Hepburn outside with the finger roll, two-step finish at the top. Good work for Hepburn now, extends this lead to 4 in quarter 4 of action. Nazcore gets it off to Marcus Kennedy, who gets a little bump screen for Andre Fox. Skipping through the lane is Marcus Kennedy, gets blocked, gets his own rebound. This one turned away in transition now. Phoenix gets the rebound. Now a corner three. This time it's Hepburn again. Can't get it to fall. Chris Ray goes to the floor. A foul has been drawn, and now it will be Capital Seahawks ball. Seahawks ball. Nazcore has it in his hands. 13 points, 5 assists for him, but also 4 fouls. Also holding 4 fouls is Marcus Kennedy. They're going to have to play it safe. And now a technical foul has been issued on Marcus Kennedy. Things couldn't have gotten worse, and I must have jinxed it because they just did for Marcus Kennedy and these Capital Seahawks. Down 4 right now. He just gets a technical foul. That foul is going to be added to his 4 fouls already. And so now, after that missed free throw, we're back in play, a 4-point lead. And Nazcor has it on offense. Makes Brooks jump. Can't get the roll off the rim. Now in transition now. Brooks has it. Working inside is Hepburn. He can't be stopped with the inside hand lay. This lead has been extended to 6. Nazcor and Andre Fox need to respond here for the Seahawks. Skipping through the lane is Fox. He'll get fouled, and he'll go to the rim. Now he's headed to the line. So still 4 fouls for Marcus Kennedy because of the NBA rules. That technical foul does not get added on to a player's personal fouls. Only if they get 2, like Draco Palmer did earlier, that's when it leads to an ejection. But still 4 for Kennedy. Not that it's a good number. 4 for Nasir Kaur. 4 for Devon Andrews, number 1 for the New York Phoenix, who's not on the floor at the moment. But now, 1 free throw made there from Andre Fox. He's got 26. The second one missed. Rebounded now, Mosby. Here's Ford. Ford working low on the block. Ford, little fadeaway across the lane. Can't get it to go. 5 points for Ford tonight. Moving in transition of the Seahawks. Rebounded, Marcus Kennedy. Gets every board he wants on the block. And Kennedy now has 20 points and 16 rebounds. And a moving screen there. That one against Nix. Poor timing there. Now the Seahawks down 3. Just over 9 minutes remaining in this one. Phoenix had a 6-point lead not too long ago. So let's see if the Seahawks can reclaim their lead they once had. They led pretty consistently through the second quarter up until halftime, and ever since it's been back and forth. Nasir Kaur has it. Hepburn guarding. Now Marcus Kennedy on the block against Welton. Kennedy kicks out. Andre Fox, the leading scorer. Nasir Kaur skips through the lane. Kennedy down low. Little pump fake, goes back up, fouled at the rim. He's headed back to the line. So far, Kennedy shooting 66% from the line, 4 of 6 there, and has the opportunity to garner 22 points now tonight at this line right now. Can't get that first free throw to fall down. Now Hepburn coming off, and Arrington coming on, as well as Andrews coming on the floor. And it looks like Nix will go to the bench, 33 for the New York Phoenix. Kennedy going to try on this second free throw attempt now. He can't get either attempt at the free throw line. Unfortunate for Marcus Kennedy. He was shooting great from there to start this game. And now James drives inside. Corner 3, pump fake, floater. Beautiful bucket for Jaquay James, the leading scorer tonight for New York. He's got 22 points. Shooting 50% from the floor is Jaquay James. Fox drives in, kicks out to Marcus Kennedy. An off-balance shot. Can't get it to go off the bank. And neither can the follow there. That's Patterson. Patterson picking up Jaquay James. This is a tough person to guard, the leading scorer for New York tonight. He's been hot from outside. Here's Arrington on the low block, this time against Marcus Kennedy. Tries a little hook across the lane. He's going to get that one to go. Good bucket for Arrington as he's got 9 points now. Arsenio Arrington. Marcus Kennedy on the wing. Dumps it off to Ray. Kennedy has it up top. Doubled here, but looking to play make. There's Ray, kicks it out. Marcus Kennedy, three-pointer. That one front rim. Didn't look good from the release. And that's going to be... Sorry for the shot clock violation. That was not the case. Andre Fox drives baseline. Got us a little confused there. Up 5. Now for the Seahawks. Down 5. Now for Welton. Jaquay James drives through the lane. A beautiful steal there from Patterson. Marcus Kennedy has it. And then he doesn't. Turns it away into the front court. Mosby has it. They're playing hot potato with the ball. Nasir Kaur drives in. Fouled up top. This time it's Ray. A lot of back and forth. Who can protect the egg from falling and cracking? Looks like the Seahawks have been able to capture the egg, and this time they're going to try and get it into the hoop. Free throws coming up next here on YouTube for the New York Phoenix and the Capital Seahawks of the 94-50 League. AC Jordan Arena, and we only have a little bit over a half left in this fourth quarter. 6 minutes, 50 seconds. That's all she wrote, unless this one heads to OT. A 5-point lead for the New York Phoenix, and it's been pretty even across the board in a lot of categories. Same amount of turnovers for these teams. The defensive rebounds have been 30 for both squads. Assists are pretty even-keeled. But so far, that first free throw back as Christopher Ray can't get that first one to go. Chris Ray gets the second free throw to go. Where Chris Ray now has 4 points on the night.
Defense. Come on, Seahawks fans. We don't hear you.
Now coming across the lane this time. It's Andrews. Skips through the lane. Can't get the layup to go. Finds his own rebound. Not sure why the shot clock went off again there that time. Andrews off the back. Arrington gets the tip. Now up 6 points is the New York Phoenix.
I stopped the clock because I think it's a shot clock violation. It's just not.
Skipping through the lane this time is Patterson. That one ends up going off the knee of Phoenix player. Now inbounding here is going to be Patterson again. Finds Andre Fox, 28 points on the night for Fox. Fox drives in, tries to attack at Mosby. He's going to try a step back wing three, and he can't mix. Fox firing a big three late in this one. Fourth quarter, he's got 31 now. Now driving is Jaquay James, guarded tightly from Patterson. Here's Welton. Now Arrington battling baseline. That ball tipped away. Good fight there from Arsenio Arrington. The ball will remain the New York Phoenix's, but only 6 ticks left on that shot clock. Who's going to get the ball? Inbounded here from Mosby. This time Jaquay James, baseline fade. Fouled on that one. Looks like the foul is going to go against Patterson. 3-point lead for New York Phoenix. That last one for Patterson, that will be good for his first foul of the night. James, the shooter that seemed to not have an expiration date, just missed one at the line. It's James's first free throw miss of the night. He still leads this squad with 22. Second free throw miss back-to-back for Jaquay James at probably the worst time possible with just over 5 minutes remaining in this one. This time Nasir Kaur wakes up. The alarm clock went off and Nasir Kaur is up. Big three, perfect time. 86 apiece for both these squads late in the fourth. Driving inside is Mosby. A kick out. This time Andrews, wing three. Got it. A response against Coors. Andrews and Kaur chit-chat back and forth. We'll see if we have some showtime now. Nasir Kaur. Beautiful. Off the bank. His specialty is 1v1, so he takes number one on 1v1. Gets that bank off the glass. There's some chit-chat back and forth between those two. And now we're going to get a timeout. Looks like our last foul there. Under 5 minutes remaining in this one. New York Phoenix 89, Capital Seahawks 88. Just the thriller we were expecting to open up 94-50 league play, a professional league based out of this DMV area. Lots of teams from the East Coast, lots of competitive rivalry, lots of guys looking to stay at the highest level of basketball. We'll be back here after the timeout. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this one here at Bowie State University at the AC Jordan Arena. A good showing for the crowd so far. And last night was even more impressive. That one is against the Baltimore Rhythm, two local teams. But so far, how about those Capital Seahawks and New York Phoenix? Both these two teams putting on tonight. And 1 point lead for the Phoenix right now, led by Jaquay James' 22 points. And now Mosby has it on the wing. Mosby, 5 points tonight. 5 assists for him. An outside three, Jaquay James. Jumping with excitement after that one as James lips Patterson. Great response coming out of that timeout. And the Seahawks going downhill. A drive there from Naz Kaur. That one's fouled, called against Quadir Welton of Phoenix. For Welton, that'll be his fourth tonight. He's got 14 points, 13 rebounds. The only double-double for the New York Phoenix. Nasir Kaur now an opportunity to get to 20 points at the line. Can't miss right now is Kaur. He gets the first one. Kaur, diamonds dancing at the free throw line. See if he can shine bright. Makes the second, now within 2. Kaur's got 20 points tonight. 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Beautiful stat line for him. Hasn't missed a free throw tonight. Out far defense is Patterson. He's in the shorts of Jaquay James unnecessarily. The foul there from Patterson. And Naz Kaur says, I'll pick him up from now on. Now guarded tightly. This time, Patterson against Mosby. Arrington gonna try a jumper. This one he can't hit. Rebounded from Ray. Now Naz Kaur into the front court, guarded from Jaquay James. Naz Kaur, bodies inside, bodies flying. He gets to the rim when he wants to. He gets fouled. Naz Kaur now. An opportunity to tie, but Jaquay James goes down hard on that last play. Not sure. Obviously, we know Naz Kaur went right at him, but the body there from Kaur hit Jaquay James hard. Let's see. Hopefully he gets up. It looks like he's sort of holding near his head. But it's good to see him back up and on the floor. Naz hit him tough, but these two competitors tonight, Jaquay James, 24 points. Shooting just under 50% from 3. He's shooting 50% from the field. And Naz Kaur, 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, like I said. These two guys, it's just love of the game. There's no hard feelings at the end of the day. These are two competitors that love playing at the highest level. That's why they're here, playing at the 94-50. Naz Kaur has the opportunity now. Tack on to this lead and tie things up at 92 apiece. High fives Andre Fox and Patterson, as well as Christopher Ray on the low block. Naz Kaur, another big free throw. He gets the second. Things are slated and tied at 92. Exactly the fans and the showing that they were looking for. Here's Welton. Gets it off this time. Andrews, another 3. This one won't go from him. Rebounded from Brooks. Gets it back out, Mosby. Arrington, gonna try a wing pull-up. Arrington nets it there. A big shot for Arrington, just over 3 minutes to go to take the lead back at 94. Arrington's locked in. Here's Naz on Andrews. behind the back. Nas can't get this one to go. Now rebounded from Brooks. Andrews, front court. Good work from Chris Ray. And Patterson on the double team, but called a foul there as the referee on the baseline. Chris Ray gets his third foul there. Not sure. Let's take another look at this one. Andrews goes up. Chris Ray jumps, and it looks like he gets all ball here. Tough late call, but the referee has the better angle than we do up here at the broadcast booth, so I'll keep my mouth shut for now. But Andrews has the opportunity to extend this lead. He will with the first. No subs in the last few minutes, it looks like, except Jaquay James went down with that injury after it was Nas Kaur who went right at him downhill. He went to the ground, was Jaquay James, so he's now on the bench, but that's the leading scorer for the New York Phoenix. First and foremost, we hope he's okay, but a big moment for him to sit out. 4-point lead for the New York Phoenix after that second free throw make from Andrews. Nas Kaur kicks it out to Andre Fox, who's leading this team tonight with 31. Finds Marcus Kennedy on the low block. Says, here you go, Welton. I got something for you. The lefty hook there from Marcus Kennedy. Tightens things. With a 2-point margin now. And Brooks is going to take it up the floor. Marcus Kennedy has gotten where he wants, when he wants tonight. And now he's got 20-plus points and almost 20 rebounds to show for that. What a showing for Kennedy. Here's Brooks now, using the screen he got that time from Welton. The rebound popped out, a miss off the back rim. This time Andre Fox, Nas Kaur, a pump fake three. Kaur gonna drive in. Kaur almost gets the and one, but he is definitely going back to the free throw line to tack on some more points there. And so now a 2-point lead for the Phoenix. And we'll see if Kaur can tie things back up again at 96. It seems like I sound like a broken record if you've been tuning in for the last couple minutes, because every time you probably tune into the Seahawks offense, it's Nas Kaur back to the line for more. And this time, it will be Nas Kaur's first miss from the free throw line tonight. He's your guy that you want on a technical free throw. He's the guy that hasn't missed a free throw when he shot more than 5 tonight compared to anybody else on the floor. This time, his first miss. Nas Kaur gets the second. That one was a straight jet to the hoop, but he knows his shot. And Jaquay James, good to see him sub back into the game after going down. He's the team lead, 24 points. Second highest scorer tonight for both squads. Here's Welton going down low. This time, it's to Ford, who goes out of bounds with that one as he's backing him down. And so now the Seahawks have the ball with the opportunity to take the lead with over a minute and 30 in this one, just over that. Let's see what Nas Kaur can do. He's been hot recently. Feels like Kaur has most of their last points in this one. Kaur taking on Ford. Kaur, a crossover. Kaur, a step back at the wing. This one not going to go, but a rebound for Kennedy. A pump fake. Kicked out. Patterson, now back to Nas Kaur. Andre Fox looking for the ball. Kaur not looking up. Who's he going to kick into? Kennedy has it. Kennedy with the hook. Kennedy for the lead. Kennedy with 24 points, 20 rebounds. Showing off there in front of the home crowd. Gives the Seahawks the first lead they've had in a while with just over a minute remaining. Jaquay James has it. Kicks it out to Brooks. Brooks has Nas Kaur on him. Here's Brooks getting the screen. This one to Arrington. Arrington going to try a jumper. This one off the mark. Rebound, strong rebound from Ford. And Ford fumbles it there. The Seahawks have the ball with less than a minute go. And so now a 1-point lead for the Seahawks in this one. And Coach Williams wants a timeout. How about this? A late comeback for the Seahawks and a 1-point lead with less than a minute in this one. Don't go anywhere. here at 94-50. So, 42 seconds left remaining in this one. And for the Capital Seahawks, a comeback on their own floor. And a 17-10 run within the last 6 minutes. Marcus Kennedy has it. Nasir Kaur has it on the wing. Drives inside Kaur. Chris Ray dumps it back off to him. Guarded tightly from Arrington. Throws up a shot is Nasir Kaur. Strong rebound from Andre Fox, the leading scorer for tonight. And fouled there. This time, it's Patterson who's fouled. He'll go to the line for Patterson tonight.
At the line for the Seahawks, number 11, Jordan Patterson.
Big one for Jordan Patterson, as now these will be Patterson's first opportunity at points for the night. Trey Patterson, 3 shots tonight, has not made a single one of them. What a time to have your first shots of the night. And we're cleaning up what seems to be a wet spot on the court. But already back on defense, you can see is Nas Kaur and Jaquay James looking to get an early bucket if things go awry. So 15 seconds left, a quarter of a minute left in this game. A big one for the Seahawks. Like I just mentioned, a 17-10 run in the last 5 minutes and change. The opportunity to extend here. And Patterson can't make the first free throw, which means Phoenix still has a big opportunity to stay in this one. This game is far from over. Patterson, can he get the second? His first point of the night. Can't get the second, but Patterson gets his own rebound. No box out, misses the putback. A timeout called for the New York Phoenix. And so now the New York Phoenix have the ball with a timeout. 12 seconds left and are only down 1. Any sort of bucket they can get to remain in this one will allow them to take home their first win of the season in their first game of the season here at Bowie State University at AC Jordan Arena. And the Seahawks could be handed their first loss of the season in their second game. Let's see who is dealing what. W's and L's we'll see back here in a moment. 12.2 to be exact on the clock left. This lead has gone back and forth all game long. And now inbounding here is Brooks. Gets it into Welton. Now it's Mosby. Mosby has it. 7 seconds left, 6 seconds left. Mosby gets it back, and a foul called. Looks like this one might be against Andre Fox. Would be big against Fox. Only his third foul, so it's a good thing for them. Not losing out on him yet. One last defensive stance for the Seahawks. And one more timeout called for head coach Weish. Coach, a college career at St. Peter's, very successful, scored 1,000+ career points. His third all-time in assists in school history and all-MAC second team selection. Most notably, his 26-point outing versus number 15, George Washington. Professional career played in the NBA G League for the Wisconsin Herd at that time, and now played professionally overseas as well. And so now he's head coach of the New York Phoenix, and great for the player development and the guard training, especially for a lot of these young guys. As for Coach Jasper Williams on the other end of things, he's one of the area's best basketball player development trainers in this DMV area. He was first year last year as the head coach. He was previously an assistant and personal trainer for this team, but they took a chance on him. Coach GM Mike Burrows and the rest of this Capital Seahawks squad because of his knowledge of the game. And, you know, ultimately it was down to the most important thing, which is the connection with players. And he has a strong connection at this level with a lot of these guys. So, a little bit less than 5 seconds left on this clock, 4.6 to be exact. We'll just have to see if the Seahawks can hold down this lead they just scraped back up. So it's time to lock in, if there ever was one. Brooks on the inbound. Very similar to the last play, it looked like. Coach Weish drew up something else. Brooks gonna try a wing three. This one bricked off. And the rebound for the Capital Seahawks. They stay undefeated here at AC Jordan Arena. A comeback on this game, which swung back and forth. The fans wanted these two teams to play all season long last year at the TBL. They started the new conference at the 9450 League. And so far, it's paid off for sure and paid dividends to the fans who are coming in tonight. And so it's a long trip back for New York. But for the Capital Seahawks, back-to-back wins on back-to-back nights. Opening night last night against the Baltimore Rhythm, and now tonight versus the New York Phoenix. And they are led behind Andre Fox with 31 points and 9 rebounds. Marcus Kennedy with 24 points and 20 rebounds. And Nasir Kaur with 23, 6 and 6. Beautiful stat lines for these top three guys for this Seahawks squad. And that wasn't without Jaquay James for the New York Phoenix, who put up 24. Devin Andrews with 16, Quadir Welton with 14, Arrington with 13, and Hepburn with 10. It was a balanced scoring approach all across the board for both squads, and there's more to come for this 9450 league. Excited to see what's next for both these teams and what's next for the rest of the league. But for now, we'll see. Sunday, next up, there'll be more matchups. The New York Phoenix are at the Baltimore Rhythm tomorrow. The Jersey Shore Breaks are at the Virginia Valley Vipers, and the Reading Rebels are at the Frederick Flying Cows. That's 3 games slated. You're not going to want to miss them. We're going to have them on YouTube for you to watch and tune in. But for now, I'd like to thank my camera crew and production crew here at AC Jordan Arena, and Mike Burrows, the GM of this Capital Seahawks team, for allowing us to broadcast this game. Final score, the Capital Seahawks 97. The New York Phoenix 96. Capital Seahawks stay undefeated, and the New York Phoenix 0-1 to start this season off here at the 9450 League. For everybody I just said, and for everybody that was listening and tuning in tonight, we thank you. My name is James Consoli, signing off from AC Jordan Arena.